let us take a few seconds just to review. Make sure that you have the 5 or 6 most relevant brand related keywords woven throughout your profile. Personalize that URL, take off that number at the end, use the largest metro area, always have those 2 or 3 closely aligned titles. And then if you are looking for a job right now, or in the next, say, 60 to 90 days, use the open to work banner. But you're in the open to work banner, you have a choice: recruiters only or everyone. And you want everyone. And I'll tell you why. Because as a former headhunter, as a recruiter, I can tell you, LinkedIn takes our data and they sell it in packages to recruiters and headhunters, and they also have other business packages, and they're very, very expensive. So what you want to do is make sure that even those smaller and mid-sized companies that maybe can't afford that expensive LinkedIn search package can still find you. And that the only reason not to have open to work for everyone, like the visibility be everyone, is if you have a job and you don't want your current employer to know that you're looking. That would be the only reason, bar none. There is no shame in have an open to work. It used to be back, I don't know, when I first started recruiting in like the late 90s, if you said you were out of a job, that was like shame. We are not there anymore. We have had COVID, and we're having, federal jobs that are disappearing, and all sorts of things are going on, and things happen, and rifts happen, and layoffs happen, and companies merge and sell. Put that open to work up there. There is no shame. That is old. If somebody tells you, oh no, you'll be stigmatized, don't listen to that. That's old advice from way back. So anyway, make sure all of your settings are visible, like on that tab at the top that we talked about. So you have your banner open to work. You want that to be fully visible to everyone, not just recruiters. And then you want your settings at the top to be fully visible. Remember, your about section tells the story. Volunteer work is work if it's relevant to what you're trying to do. If you're transitioning, re-entering the workforce, pivoting in any way at all, then volunteer work, if it's related to where you're going, belongs up there in the work section. This is not a job application. It is not a resume. It's not that stringent. So use that visual collateral, whether it's a screenshot, whether it's a work sample, whether it's a PowerPoint presentation, or an Excel spreadsheet, or whatever you developed. Put it up there if you think it'll help you get the role that you're interested in. And then seek those skills and endorsements and recommendations. They really add value. Again, some recruiters don't even look at titles. They just look at skills. Do they have Excel? They have Microsoft Office? They have PowerPoint? Do they have Agile? Whatever they're looking for, that's what they're going to have. And remember, if excuse me, if you try something that's not working, it's okay to change it. This is an iterative process where you're exploring. All right. So change it up. And as you get better clarity about where you're going, and you start to get some more insights, you can make those changes.